What's up, everyone? It's me, CN.TSUKAIMA, and welcome to CN.Figures. Figures in your house. In this tour review, we're going to look at The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt action figure Geralt of Rivia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right, but I'm very happy that McFarlane decided to make some Witcher figures, and I think this line is way better because there are some other toys around in different lines, but those were not that great because some of them were like statues, some of them were like 12 inches, and all that I don't really collect. Anyways, I love the package of this figure. It's very nice. You can see the guy inside with all the accessories that he comes with, and there's the name of the game, and there's the name of the character, and there's McFarlane Toys right here in the corner. In this side, we see the name of the game, and right here we see the name of the character, and again, McFarlane Toys. In the back side, we get a good image of the figure, and again, we see the name of the game along with the name of the character, and McFarlane Toys right there in the top. There's nothing in the bottom side or the top side, so enough chatting. Let's take him out. And here's the figure out of his box, and he looks so freaking good. I picked him up at one of my local GameStops around here, and looking for me, they only had one left in that GameStop. And there's a lot of reasons why that I pick him up. Alright, 1, he ain't that tall. 2, he's 7 inches. And 3, he's all articulated. I love action figures when have articulation. That's the best part for every figure out there. Man, this guy's so amazing, but I don't know how many points of articulation he has. The box right here, it says that he has 22 points of articulation, but we will get to that later. But first, let's get on with the accessories that this guy comes with. For this guy, he comes with this stand. There's really not a lot to talk about. Only has the name of the game right there in the bottom, and there's the pig right here, and there's nothing in the back side. It's all colored black. And he comes with this head of a monster, and this piece looks very sick, like the fangs that he has inside his mouth. And he has some red color right here in the inside, and it's showing his tongue. The tongue looks amazing, and it has a little bit black color around the middle, and a little bit detail, like there's a curl on the tongue, and the nose looks very great. And you can see the colors of his eyes, like white color inside and some black color in each one. It has some wrinkles, scars around it, some brown color, and this looks very good. And in the back, where the black color is, has a lot of nice sculpting, and you can move it just a little bit. And he has this detailed rope right there. It has some nice brown color and a little bit of nice design and more detail right here, and you can move it all around. And there's more right there in the top of his head, on his nose, and his ears came out very good. But right here in the bottom, looks so sick because it has a bunch of disgusting parts, but I like it because this is blood all around this piece, and this is not that bad. And more detail right here in the bottom. And we get a pair of swords, and they look very good. I don't know what's the problem, that there's so much complaints about these pieces that they don't look that good. Well, everybody has their own opinion, and my opinion is that these swords came out very good. And I'm gonna start out with this one here because I love the nice design, and has a little bit detail around the spear. You guys can see that. I love this part of this sword, and right here has more sculpting around the brown part. They should color it black, but I'm okay with it. And a little bit of silver parts around here and also in the bottom. And there are kind of pointy, so please be careful with that. But the gray color is very good in both sides of the blade, and you can move them just a little bit. And this one has some black color here in the bottom and a little bit of silver, and this part is very sculpted, very good. And also here in the bottom, oh, Sorry, it's losing focus. There we go. Yeah, I try to say that right here it has some black color right there in the handle and a little bit of silver color, and all this part is sculpted very good. And also here in the bottom, look at that nice design it has there. And it also has some sculpting here in this part, a little bit of detail in both sides, and also shares the exact same paint like this one here. It's also pointy and it's also bendable. And the final piece, this looks very good. I don't know what it's called, but I'm gonna call it a holder because this is where he holds the swords. And this looks amazing. I love all that nice detailed design, but there's nothing in the backside. We only get a bunch of silver color and a little bit sculpting here in the bottom. But right here, look at that nice work it has. And right here in the top, it has some black color and it's all sculpted, and also here in the bottom. And you can see the one on the top has a bunch of unique design here. I can feel the sculpting and has a little bit of light color, but the one on the top has some dark colored brown, and right here has light colored brown. And both of them right here in the tip has a little bit of silver, and whereas the light colored brown, you guys can see it has a lot of nice detail. And right here in the top, it has more silver color and also has some little bit of cracks around. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you put the swords. You can put the sword right here on this one, and this one you can put it around this one here. There we go. Okay, now let's get back with the figure. And here's Geralt again, and that was very awesome. They added this guy in the game Soul Calibur 6. I never played this game before, but the one who did was my cousin, and he was telling me everything about the character and about the game. And this figure has some shaded parts like brushing, but I will show you that in a bit, because the first thing I will show you is his head sculpt, because his head sculpt came out so good, and he has a little bit of light shaded colors on his face, and you can see his scar right there looking very good. And the beard came out very good. I love all that sculpting he has. Same thing for his nose. And I don't know what type of color they use for his lips, but it does has a little bit of light color. And the eyebrows are sculpted very good. You can see the eyes in each one. And the ears, they came out okay in each side of the head. But look at the hair sculpt out of this guy. I love the silver color they use. All that work is very great. And he has a little bit of detail right there in the back, like he has like a small ponytail. More sculpting right there in the top of his hair, and more in the bottom right there. That's very nice. It also has a little bit of black faded paints around it. Now let's get on with the shady parts that this figure has. Like right here on the shoulders. Like you can feel all that nice brushing. And also on his arms. And I love the silver color used on this part. And also on his arms. It has some brown color all around it. And it has a little bit detail right here in the parts. And right here in the shoulder, we get a little bit of brown color line here. And a little bit of black color around. And well, both of his gloves, they share the exact same design. Like he has some black color. And he has some darker brown color. And we get more silver right here around the elbow, and he has a little bit of muscles, but when you open the arms, you can see that each one has some buckles, and they're all sculpted very good. I love they use the color brown on this part, and a little bit of silver. You guys can see it around here. That's the buckles. That looks very good. And also the knuckles. Look at the knuckles. It has some spikes. That is nice there. More brown color in each hand around, and a little bit wrinkles. And the fingers came out very good. You can see all that good sculpting, all that nice color they use. And there's not a lot to talk about on the inside of his hands, just pure brown color. And the thumbs came out kind of okay, but the fingers came out super great there. And there's more shaded colors here on his waist, more armor around here, more black color around, and more brown color where the buckles are, and a little bit of detail, little bit of silver. Oh, I almost forgot to talk about his necklace that he has around his neck. And this looks very good. I love it. I love this nice design. And I love the added this little detail right there in the bottom. And he has a little bit of sculpting, but not that much. There's not a lot in the backside. We get more black color, more brown color, and more shaded parts around the backside where his armor is. And around the waist, only has a little bit, but not that much. But the belt, okay, right here they use some type of color around the belt. I think this is light color red, or it's darker, or it's mixed with two different colors around. But you can see the belt here and a piece of silver. Well, it doesn't have not a lot of detail or not a lot of sculpting, but it looks great. And this part, you can move it. They sure sculpted it, but look, see? You can bend it around this hook. I don't know what this part is. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. And there's a lot of lines on his pants. And I think right here is kind of hard because I feel kind of weird. I think it also has a little bit of brushing here. But the lines are also sculpted. And there's not a lot to talk about around the knees. We get more dark color brown. And also on his legs, we get more darker color with a little bit of wrinkles around. And there's not a lot to talk about on the bottom and each foot that he has. He does has a little bit more work in each one. And also in the back where is the ankle. Look, you see it has some spikes right there. And you see the buckles in each one. And there's not a lot on the bottom of his shoes. And there are some parts on this figure also has some stitches all around, like the waist. And also on the back here. And we get more detail in the bottom of his clothes around the waist is. But I don't know what's the problem with this figure. Because a lot of people say they don't like it. Well, as for me, I do like it because they put a bunch of good work all around the figure, like the armor, the body mold, the waist, and especially the head sculpt that looks pretty good. And he has that nice signature scar right there on his eye. I don't know what's the problem. As for me, Tom McFarlane done a pretty good job right here. Oh, I didn't knew this. It looks like he has some muscles right there on his chest. I didn't saw that. Let me see in the back. No muscles around. Just pure colored black all around it. Now let's get on with his articulation. You can move his head side to side. It has a ball joint, but I don't think you can move the head all around. Because look, see, it gets stuck very easy. So no head rotation. He can look down a little bit. He doesn't look up, just straight. He has a butterfly joint around the arms. You can open his arms this much. He has some bicep swivel. And we don't get no double jointing around the elbows, but you can move the wrist and with a little bit of bivot. Okay, he does has no torso articulation, but he does have some waist articulation, but only a little bit. You can open his legs this much. You can kick a little bit from the front and also on the back. But we do get some double jointing around the knee and some leg rotation. Not on this part, but you can move the ankle and some extra articulation around the toe. Comparing size, but first let's see how tall this figure stands. Yep, just exactly 7 inches tall. Here he is with my NECA God of War 4 Kratos, and you can see that Kratos is taller than him. And here he is with my Marauder figure, and you can see that Marauder, he's taller than him. And here he is with my Destro figure from DC Multiverse, And I think these two figures, they stand the exact same height. And here he is with my favorite Marvel celeb, Thanos. And there you have it, guys. And this guy looks so great. But they should at least give him some fire effects, just like you see in Soul Calibur 6. And around the waist here, you can see it's all plastic right there, but still I like it. And I heard that there's more Witcher figures that just came out around this month. I'll be looking around my local GameStops and I see the new figures. I'm gonna pick them up because McFarlane Toys done a wonderful and amazing job on these figures. Remember, everybody has their own opinions about the Witcher figures. As for me, this guy came out very good. Okay, guys, that's all for today. So thank you for watching today's review. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, leave a like. If you want to share this video, go ahead, be my guest. Comment, but remember, do not leave any offensive comments or saying bad words. If you do that, your comment will be removed from this video. And please, guys, please subscribe to my channel because I'm almost to 800 subscribers. So please, guys, do it. Please. And I'll be doing more tour reviews around this month. And please follow my Facebook page, CN.Figures. Follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. So take care, be safe, keep on hunting, keep on collecting. This is CN.TSUKAIMA and Geralt, and we're out and line.